TMD. This is Branch and Trish Warren. We're at Bev's Powerhouse Gym in Syosset, New York. We come here every Christmas usually because we were engaged here in 2005, December 2nd, so we like to come back, visit with family and friends, and of course train here when we're here in town. This is like our second home. Things have been going really good with me since I've signed with Gaspari Nutrition. Obviously very, very hyped up about the girls of Metroflex photo shoot and all the feedback, great feedback that we've been getting on that. The new cover, yay, go Branch, and congratulations at the Olympia.
Just want to say thank you to Steve and for Bev. I'm having the most hardcore gym on the East Coast. Anytime I'm in New York, I always make a point to stop here and train, and I've never had a bad workout here. So thank you and God bless you, and let's go train. Hello, this is Branch Warren, IFBB professional bodybuilder and Team MD athlete here in Syosset, New York. Bev Francis's Powerhouse Gym. We come to New York 3 or 4, sometimes 5 times a year, and I always make a point to stop by and say hello to Bev and Steve and get a session or 2 in here. It's probably the most hardcore gym on the East Coast, so it's my second home away from Metroflex, and always get a good training session here. My wife and I, Trish, got engaged in New York, I guess back in 2005, so we always make a trip up to New York City in December. We love it up here, and we have some good friends that live here, so I always make a point to stop by sometime before Christmas and around the holidays and see the city. And we brought my nephew with us this time, first time on a plane and first time in New York City, so he's had a fun time seeing all the sights and doing all the things you do when you come to New York, so it's been a real good trip. Well, since I think the last indie video I did, basically just been doing a lot of traveling and get back to training hard again. Started my diet for the Arnold about a week ago, preparing for the Arnold Classic first week of March this next year. Haven't done any hunting really. When I'm home, I just focus on training. Getting second place is a great accomplishment, but it's also in a lot of ways it's the worst place to get because you're so close yet still one big step away. So I've been more motivated and hungry than ever to step it up at the Arnold and of course at the Olympia next year. So my focus has been on training. I've traveled almost every weekend up until about a week or 2 ago. Into Europe a lot, all over the States and Canada. So when I get home from New York, I'll be 11 weeks out and no more traveling. I'm just staying home, staying in Metroflex and preparing for the Arnold Classic. Whenever I begin my contest prep, 12 weeks out, not just diet do I change, but also my supplement regimen. So I usually switch Mastec. I cut Mastec out and I switch over to Nitrotec. It's got less carbohydrates and a little higher protein, so that's the change I make. Also, I add in stuff like Hydroxycut Hardcore into my diet every morning. I also take a VitaKick multivitamins. I actually take those twice a day, and so some of the things that I change to add into my workouts, that are different from my normal off-season regimen. A lot of things I still keep in, like the Nano Vapor and the Anator. I still include in my workout pre-contest and post-contest workout regimen. As far as my training, as far as the nutrition goes, it's not really going to change a whole lot. Maybe a little tweak here, like we did between the Arnold and the Olympia. We, changed something very minor. Not really anything. We've got the winning formula. It's if I can bring the same conditioning that I brought to the Olympia, I don't really see anybody beating me. I don't only believe that I can bring the same condition. I think I can be a little bit better. I think I can be 5% better than I was at the Olympia, and just like I improved from the Arnold to the Olympia. So I think I'll step on stage in Columbus. I'll be the best branch anyone's ever seen. So as far as the training goes, man, my training really hasn't changed much in 20 years. I've got Brian training me for the Arnold pretty much every day at Metroflex, and it's same old school style of training. I don't second guess myself. At the Olympia, I was my best ever. I was the heaviest I'd ever been and the hardest I'd ever been. And I brought up everything that needed to be brought up, and I made all the improvements I need to make. I had a lot of criticism for my upper body, especially my arms and my back. I didn't hear anybody criticize my arms or really my back either, So that being said, I personally still want to continue to focus on my back. I still feel I can have a little more separation, a little more detail in it. Other than that, though, I feel pretty good about my overall package. Lower body, it's not a problem, and my conditioning, I feel I was probably the hardest one on stage. So just keep doing what I'm doing. Every show I seem to get a little bit better, and because if you work hard and you stick to the winning formula, you can't help but get better. I think I proved at the Olympia I can hang with anybody in the world now, and so my back. from a personal standpoint, I want it to be better. From a competitive standpoint, I turn to the rear. I can beat just about anybody in the world. I think beat all the best guys in the world. So I'm not. It's not a weak point. I wouldn't say anymore. For a long time it was, but I feel at this point it's I can hang with anybody. So I've done a lot of. Done 2 big trips to Europe. I guess in the month of November and December. I went to Ireland and I had a seminar with Evan Senapani and Dorian Yates. And the first time I've actually got to sit down and talk with Dorian. I met him several times, but Rich Gaspari and Dorian Yates were my two idols that as I was a young kid training, that I really looked up to and modeled a lot of my training intensity and style after. So I got to sit down and really talk with Dorian in depth about training, nutrition, and how he prepped for the show. And actually, I didn't know a lot of this stuff, and it sounded very familiar because I trained for Olympia this year pretty much almost the exact same way Dorian trained for his Olympia. He even walked his dog for cardio, and I think I did the same thing. I walked my dog for cardio in the morning. So, as far as our training, our philosophy in training, and even from he tore his tricep, and he had the set of circumstances and events that led up to it were pretty much the same as me, and so I related a lot to what he was telling me as far as how he used to train and prepare for competitions, and it was good because it worked for him and it's working for me too. So it was a real good conversation I had with Dorian. Nothing really shocked me about what he said. I guess shocked me was pretty much everything he said he did. I do. That's it. It's what shocked me was how similar his philosophy on training and what he actually did to how I do it. It's not a whole lot of difference. I think the only thing difference is our training style. We both do super high intensity training. I think I do more sets than he does. I think he had a little bit shorter sets. I like to train. I just like to I like to be in the gym. So I could probably cut my sets down and it will still work, but I like to train. So that's probably about the only difference. Ireland was a good place. I'm part Irish, part English, so my people came from there way back when. So had a good time. Had a good time in Ireland. I was in Dublin. I came home for Thanksgiving, and then I was right back in Europe again. We were in Sweden, went to Stockholm, Gothenburg, guest pose, and then Trish came home, and then I went on to Denmark, went to Copenhagen, and did some seminars there. Had a good time, and I think I got stuck in the climate summit chaos in Copenhagen, with like a couple 100,000 protesters and crazy people, but it was a good experience overall, and had a good time and came home. I'm here in New York now, and I get back actually tomorrow, then I'm done traveling. It's just a total focus on the Arnold. Yeah, training scene is going very well, better than I expected. I just ordered a couple thousand more copies, and they're being moved out as we speak, and it's going very well. So I'm going to film a new DVD while I'm preparing for the Arnold, and we'll have that out sometime probably in the spring or early summer in time for the Olympia. So stay tuned. We'll have the latest and greatest video out. Me and Johnny Jackson hooked back up I guess back in November, and then I've been traveling so much in Europe and everything. Through the holidays here, we haven't been able to get our schedules back together, but hopefully I get back in town this next week. We're going to hook back up, and we're both going to train together through the Arnold. I don't know what exactly what competitions he's going to do yet, but he'll probably do the Arnold, or I guess the Ironman's canceled, so I don't know what his exact competition plans are, but we're definitely going to start training together again, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, man, we got real strong, man. We were I was actually the strongest I'd ever been in my life at that point. We were doing like 500-pound bench presses for reps. I think on my best, I could do 500 for like 8 reps at one point on the bench press. And, we were like doing bent over rows with 500 pounds. And, he was like deadlifting, 750, 780 for reps. And, that was my weakest lifts, so I was able to deadlift over 700 pounds for the first time training with him. I think I actually got up to about 740, I think, which for me was my all-time best when I deadlifted with him. And I think he could pull. I saw him do 830 in the gym one day. So, it was we had some insane workouts. We were squatting like 7 plates, for reps and doing crazy stuff. So, I made a lot of progress during that time. And, it takes a toll because the downside to it was no one ever wanted to lose.